Hey folks, we're going to be doing another how to ride a motorcycle video. We're going to be getting on the freeway over here, so this should be fun. We're riding a Suzuki SB1000. This is a V-twin motor, so when we get on the freeway, I want you to see how much power it has. It's just great. I've never wanted for more power with this motorcycle. We have the zero gravity windscreen on, which you could buy. It's a custom windscreen, pretty easy to put on. You just take the screws out of your old one and put this one in. So you're going to find that the wind doesn't hit us that much. And just for you newbies out there, this is braking. Traditionally on these Japanese bikes, this is the front brake, this is the rear brake. I'm going to put my foot here to brake. Now notice we have the Darth Vader-ish like headlights here, which is pretty cool. And now let's go over to the other side, and I'm going to show you how to shift. This is the clutch, like on a car. You know how you put your left foot in on the clutch and you shift with your right hand? Well, you're going to pull the clutch in here with your left hand, and you're going to shift here with your left foot. You kick down for first, and then as you kick up, got second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. See how you put your toe like under here. Now to shift down, you just move your foot over on top of it, and you go 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's about 103 degrees Fahrenheit in California today. 103. So let's get on the freeway. We're now getting on the motorcycle. We're hands-free. I have the camera in the helmet. We have the mirrored visor on today. Check it out, to fight the blazing sun, because it's just really hot. Okay, now what we're going to do, just put it in gear, and we're going to go out onto the street. First, keep both feet down. You notice there's no cars, so I'm going to give it some throttle here. I've now released the throttle completely. See, you get up to the light, you're going to pull the throttle in. I kick slightly up, and see that neutral light right there, the light on the left right here. Let me open the visor so I get some cool air. Wait a minute, it's going to turn. Okay, we got the green arrow, so I'm going to do a little U-turn here. I'll try to get some distance between the cars in front of me so I can show you this thing's got mucho power, especially getting up to speed on the freeways. We're going to pull the clutch in, kick up. I just moved up to third gear, kind of slowly putt-putting along. 2 or 3 more lights and then we'll be at the freeway. And now we're going to show you how to brake. And by the way, don't forget to enter our chat room, which is right below here, for all your motorcycle questions. Put the clutch in. I'm kicking down. Notice I'm in neutral, and I'm only using the rear brake. Notice I'm not using the front brake. The rear brake is right here. So I was kind of just trail braking, kind of like just stopping with my foot. You can do that at these low speeds. You can just use the front brake or the rear brake. When you need to come to a quick stop, I'll use both brakes. Now, getting ready to go, so pull the clutch in, kick down to first gear, slowly lift the clutch out while you're giving it throttle, then you get on it. Alright, looks like got some motorcycle guys right here. Looks like I'll be first in line at the freeway, so no one will be in front of me, so I can show you. Alright, let's get on it a bit. We're in third gear, right? We're going to try to take this corner at third gear. Alright, we can do it. So now watch this. This thing is just like got so much power. So now we're going to give it throttle. Look at that. It's not even at 6 grand yet on the tack. Kick up to 4th gear. Kick up to 5th gear. Let's stay here. I have 6 gears to maximize fuel economy. I'm going to stay in 5th till we get over this little hill that we're going over here. And then now we're going to kick up to 6th gear. Now look, we're only going 4,500 RPMs on the tack, and the thing redlines at 11, starts to redline at 11 grand. So it has you know, so much torque. If you get these V-twin motorcycles, they were made for long distance trips, freeways. They have so much torque. Now we're going at freeway speed, and you notice I'm at 5,000 RPMs on the tach. Now I've had 600 motorcycles, which I do love the 600 motorcycles, and they wind out a lot higher on the tachometer. There's a little more strain on the motor because it's a smaller motor and it's not a V-twin, it's like an inline. So after a while on the freeway, you know, you get tired of this whee, like it just, like a stuck pig, it keeps winding out. Now see, the freeways that I go on, they go, I'm telling you, they'll go 80 miles an hour average speed. It's like desert, you see. And there'll be people going 80 and cops just, you know, pass them up, you know, because it's like well known that out in this area where I'm going, Inland Empire, there's areas where they just drive like that. But if you're going to get a motorcycle, look at the SV1000. If you are a seasoned rider, I wouldn't get this type of motorcycle if you're new, because you could mess yourself up if you're not really a seasoned rider. If, however, you're going to be going freeways a lot and not streets, then it seems like it's a little bit safer even for newer riders, because you're going to need that power. You're going to be on the freeway, the more power you have, the better, I always say. Another thing too, out here in California, you notice motorcycle riders get their own little lane, and then we share this lane with vehicles that are hybrids. You can ride here if you're a hybrid vehicle with one passenger, or any vehicle if you have two passengers or more, or any motorcycle even with just one passenger. So as far as motorcycles, like what type of motorcycle you should get, whenever you're going to get a motorcycle, you start asking people, you're going to get conflicting information. Some people will say, we'll start off on like no higher than a 250. And that might be the wrong advice depending on where you're going to ride the motorcycle. Some will say, oh, just start off on a 600, you know, or a 750 or whatever. That might be the wrong advice depending on where you're going to ride it. So the key is where you're going to ride it. So, excuse me. My advice is, if someone ever asked me what type of motorcycle should I get, I don't answer it right away. I get some information from them. I go, well, where are you going to ride it? And let's say the person's a college student or a high school student. They say, well, I'm just going to be to and from school, a couple miles away from school. Well, heck, as long as you're not real tall or a real heavy rider, I like the Kawasaki Ninja 250, which is a sport bike style like mine. If you're more into the cruiser styles, you know, with the chrome and everything, they got a Honda Rebel, which I believe is, they got a 250 version of it. Now, if you're gonna, let's say they say, well, I'm gonna be going on freeways like, you know, 10-15 miles to work or to school and back, then I would get a 600. I would get a 600. A 600 is a perfect balance between not too much power for a new rider on the freeway, and but also enough power. Because I'm going to tell you, I had a Ninja 250, which I love those bikes, those Kawasaki Ninja 250s, and it was great on the streets, but when I would get on the freeway, it was terrifying. I mean, it takes so long to get up to speed. So you really, like when you're getting on the freeway on-ramps and stuff, you really got to put that puppy full throttle on those Ninja 250s, you know. And then another thing too is, and I love the Ninja 250, I'm not putting them down, they're like a great bike you never get tired of. But kind of wish I had a new Ninja 250 sometimes. Now I miss it. It's a fun bike to ride. There's a saying that it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. That's true. But the tires, if you ever see a Ninja 250, and you can tell a lot about a motorcycle, how much power it has. I know this sounds stupid, but it's true, by how big the tires are. Show me a motorcycle that's got these little teeny weeny tires, and I'll show you like it's got a little teeny weeny motor. And so I was going through tires on that Ninja 250 like nothing on these freeways. You know, those little tiny tires, and I was constantly going, you know, 65 miles an hour on it. I was always going through tires. And then the tires are so small, like they would float between the cracks in the freeway. If you're a motorcycle rider, you know what I mean. It feels like you're just floating. It feels like you're not gripping. Like it's like floating over the tires. Another thing too, now I'm on this Ninja 250 topic. If you get these motorcycles with these little tiny tires, the Ninja 250, you best make sure that your air pressure is checked like every other day or at least every week. Air pressure in a motorcycle is so important. I mean, so much, you've heard the saying, so much is riding on your tires. You only got two on the motorcycle, as you guys know. And air pressure is everything. You know, a car, you can ride around and the air pressure's all messed up. You don't even really feel it. On a motorcycle, it affects everything, like a lot more. Fuel economy, handling, the wear of the tires, it affects it a lot more. And these tires are expensive. So that's my advice. If you're getting a motorcycle, first look where you're going to ride it. If you're going to be going like even maybe freeways, just short distances, 5 miles or so, yeah, 250 will do. If you're in an area that's got lots of wind, then what would you want to do? Just use common sense. You don't want to get like a little light bike. You want a real heavy bike. A real heavy motorcycle. I had a Ninja 250, as you guys know, and when the winds would come, it was terror. I was terror on wheels because the winds would just blow me from lane to lane. It was pretty difficult. So far, the most favorite bike I've had a ZX10 old school, like a white ZX10 and stuff. So far, the most favorite bike I've had is this one because it's the perfect balance between comfort, power, looks. It looks cool. Good quality. I haven't had many issues with it at all. And I love it for the freeways because it's got lots of torque. The handling is great.